Uh, I've been thinking about this, but I didn't know how to go about it. I could literally, I could have came here and I could just rant to people about how much I think that y'all don't understand Batman's character. I could come in and just slander y'all for not understanding it. But at the same time, that makes me seem pretentious, and that doesn't get the point across that I really want to talk about. So we just gonna talk about the no kill rule in all aspects with every hero. We're not like going down and breaking down every hero's version of it, but just talking about it in general, like the morality of it, the complex behind it. Because I think the discussion can be had, especially since the Invisible episode. Now, granted, I haven't really seen the new season. I know what happens, but I haven't seen the new season. I know the comics. So with Oliver's whole discussion of when he was killing villains and stuff, and he was like, "Why can't we do it? They deserve it. We're doing the job. We have the power to do it. Why don't we do it? It's not like nobody can stop us. Who's gonna check us for real?" And I think that's it's so interesting when a character does that, when they have the abilities that like the Viltrumites or Superman, like someone who has that like sort of view from of the world from their eyes, like their perspective. Because granted, they could do that and nobody could check them about it. Like if they really wanted to, they can wipe out everything and nobody would be able to stop them. They don't really have the sort of obligation to abide by laws and everything that normal humans like Batman, he's able he even with Batman, he doesn't have to abide by the no killing rule. He does that because in his eyes he says what makes us even, it gets to a point where if we start doing one thing, we're gonna be like, oh, it's okay to do it again. We're just gonna keep justifying the point until eventually you're going to get to the point where you're no better than who you're stopping. You turn into who you until you turn into who you're fighting against. That's why even Punisher, he does that too with, like in the comics, he'll have moments where he's like, "Oh, you're not supposed to be like me. Nobody." Like when the cops, the police officers, they killed the criminal, and they was wearing like Punisher uniforms on their actual like uniform, and Punisher was like, "What are y'all doing?" And they say, "Oh, we're huge believers in what you do," and he killed them for it because he says you're supposed to abide by the laws. You're not supposed to do what I do. I'm crazy. You're not. You're not. You're supposed to protect people. I know what I'm doing. I'm a bad person. That's the whole thing. Now, granted, with him and Daredevil and why he be pushing Daredevil to that brink, he sees something in Daredevil, and it's definitely there. It's definitely there. It's definitely there when you read like Daredevil's comics and stuff. Where I was at I was at work actually, and I just had it playing in my head where comic story and God rest his soul, he was he was doing the whole full story of a Daredevil comic where Daredevil had killed someone and he was on the run, and he was just like, even if it was a involuntary murder, even if what you did didn't directly cause the death of someone, but just you doing that thing led to someone else's death. It's like, at what point does it get to the point where it's passable and it's forgivable? And even Spider-Man says like, "Oh, it happens to the best of us. It happens to the best of us. We just work through it." That's true because, once again, they're superhumans. They don't have to abide by what they do, and the fact that they are limiting themselves to this capacity, that's the whole point of being a hero. That's why the conversations of like Deku killing Shigaraki, that didn't make sense. People saying that Vigilante Deku was supposed to be this really darky, grim murderer of villains and stuff, trying to turn him into a Punisher, saying that he needed to do that. You didn't understand the whole point of the show, brother. You don't understand Deku. You just don't understand Deku. Like, it gets to a point, bro. It gets to a point. Deku's whole character of being the number one hero is the fact that he's supposed to be better than All Might. All Might would take those measures. All Might will kill a villain. Deku is supposed to be the better symbol of peace than All Might. That's the whole point. He's supposed to be the better. He's supposed to be the best of the heroes. He may not be the number one, but he is supposed to be the best hero. The whole point of being a hero, you spread hope. That was the point in the Batman movie. Batman was going about being a hero the wrong way. He was trying to spread fear. That's why he wasn't effective. You should have been spreading hope. That's the whole point of Superman, where Superman, he's a man of peace. That's why everybody loves Superman. You see this man in a bright costume. He's saving people. He's this God amongst men, but he lives like any other man. He follows every rules like any other man. He goes out his way to do the little things for the little people. That's the whole point of being the hero, man. That's the whole point of being the hero. That's why, who else? Who else fits really well? Once again, we're going to circle back to Daredevil in his show where he has the conversation with the pastor. The pastor's like, he says, no, the pastor said, the problem isn't, men have been using the sins of others to validate their sins for like all of time. So it gets to a point where it's like, are you having a hard time because you're deciding whether you have to kill a man, or are you having a hard time deciding whether you are killing this man because you want to and you're trying to justify it and you just can't bring yourself to justify murder? That's beautiful. That's great writing. Once again, that's the point of being these heroes. That's what makes being a hero so like, that's what really good writers do. If all these heroes was just going out their way to kill, you're just writing a bunch of Punishers, bro. You're not writing heroes. You're not writing heroes. I love like little symbolism like that. Like for example, with Captain America becoming a nomad, where it was like America is not just a flag. It's not just a uniform that he's wearing. Captain America is Captain America because he stands by the dreams, not by the prejudice, not by all this other shit. Or what's another little symbolism thing? I just had it in my head, but you get the point. You feel me? You get the point. You get the point. Am I going to be the one that says that like someone like Joker doesn't deserve what he do? I would say that if I was Batman and I had a threat like the Joker to deal with, I would have dealt with him. But that's why I'm just, as a religious man, it is wrong for me. But as how I am right now, how my mental state is right now, I can't say I would make the best. I can't say I would make the morally right decision. You feel me? That's the point of him being better than me. He is supposed to be the symbolism that we can be good. You know? Yeah, I like that. That was that, bro. That was that. I fuck with that. Alright. Be easy, be smooth. Love y'all, love yours. Pray today. If you don't pray today, pray eventually. Get to it. Talk to your God, you feel me? That's it. I gotta get ready for work. Y'all boys stay safe, though. I'm out.